Hello everybody out there. So for today's video, I wanted to do a video on why your legs won't grow, or how to grow your legs. I don't know how I'm gonna title it, but one of those two. Topic that I was asked recently, actually by a female friend, not by a guy, surprisingly enough, even though more men should ask me this question. So I decided that I wanted to answer it live, so that was something interesting, and I feel like something that I have a decent amount of background in. For the actual video here on YouTube, I'm sure you'll see like a little pretty photo of myself with my legs all flexed out and all this other shit. Reason being is I think that I've always kind of prided myself on training legs, because when I first started going to the gym years ago, someone told me that no one wants to train their legs and no one has nice legs, and I was like, oh, well, I don't want to be that person, so I'm going to try and not have chicken legs. I also had a girl that I went out with before told me a horror story about some guy that she was kissing, and she like put her hand on his thigh, and it was not pretty. It felt like it was like a bone, so didn't want that either. So as far as the video is going to go, I'm not really going to give like tips as far as like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, something like that. It's going to be kind of just more of what's popping in my head and what I kind of feel like saying, which is pretty much most of these videos. It's not too planned or organized, or I don't have some cheat sheet, so kind of go with what we're going to go with. So without further ado, the first thing that I would say that I notice a lot in the gym is people are doing a lot of like weird wonky exercises. And I'm saying that because a lot of times you see people spending a lot of time on like the pin select leg press, in my opinion, even like the regular leg press. People doing like weird like split squats, or split deadlifts, where they have like the bar in between their legs, stuff like that. A lot of like weird fancy schmancy stuff to train legs, and I'm going to tell you that's not the best way to go about it. In my humble opinion, you got to think about these guys, and I always reference this because it's true. Excuse me. These guys back in like the 80s and 90s who were like big bodybuilders, like what did they do to get their legs to grow? Usually they didn't have crazy sophisticated equipment or like scientifically backed exercises. They just did what they knew worked. So my recommendation as far as like good exercises to do would obviously be squats. And when you're doing squats, that's another kind of like little side note in there, is if you're doing like these weird bouncy squats, or you're not going to 90 degrees or slightly below, and you're doing like these half reps or bouncing up and down or moving around, so all this other shit, it's not going to be as optimal for you. You're not going to get the full amount of the actual benefit of the exercise. So if you're doing squats, my recommendation is obviously to squat down to 90. And then from there, if you want to take like a second pause, literally count yourself like 1,000 and then go back up, you'll activate deeper muscle tissue than you will if you're just bouncing around or doing like quarter reps or half reps, which you see all the time in the gym. So that would be like the one primary recommendation. I'm not a big fan of deadlifts. I've actually never deadlifted, so you can do deadlifts if you want to for like your hamstrings and back, but I think deadlifts, in my opinion, are something that I stray away from because I've heard of a lot of people getting injured doing them, and I get that it's mostly if you do it wrong, but I still don't want to put myself in a category of an exercise that gets me more injured. It's kind of like flat barbell bench press. I don't do flat barbell bench press either because I don't want to hurt myself. But squats, lunges, whether it's a bar on your back or if you're holding dumbbells, you can literally do walking, or you can do alternating like lunges with your legs. Either one of these things are going to be really beneficial as well. From there, like a leg extension or a leg curl are going to be two other good exercises to help you grow your legs. The biggest thing with all of those is you're going to notice that I haven't mentioned leg press. The reason why I'm not a big fan of leg press is that it's going to primarily hit your quads. You're not really going to get too much hamstring activation, which is the back of your leg. You're not really going to attack your butt. So if you're a lady and you're trying to grow your booty, you're not going to get that from doing leg press because you're not stabilizing yourself on the way down from a squat or a lunge. You're literally just pushing with your quads, to be 100% honest. And I just don't think it's the most effective way to do it. If you really want to grow your front of your legs, your quads, then sure. But I would really recommend, like I said, squats, like lunges, whatever type of lunges you want to do, leg extensions, and leg curls. If you stick with those 4 key movements, and if you want to throw in one more thing, I would say, if you want to do like a stiff leg deadlift or Romanian deadlift with a bar or dumbbells, that's another thing I would really recommend for you. Reason being, it's another really good exercise to hit the back of your booty and your hamstrings as well. So those are the things I would say that I would recommend. As far as, so if you get that in line, if you get the whole like getting the correct movements and the actual exercises set up, then you're going to be one step closer than most people. Number 2 is when people go in and they're doing legs, a lot of times they want to do like 15 reps, 20 reps, and like that might work for some people because everyone's going to have different types of muscle fiber makeup. But again, this isn't a science channel, so I'm not going to go into that. My recommendation is if you are doing squats, primarily squats, for the other exercises, for the other ones I've mentioned, you can do between 6 and 10 reps, good solid reps where you're squeezing at the bottom or the top. So if you're doing leg extensions, you're squeezing at the top. If you're doing leg curls, you're squeezing at the bottom, whatever you want to call it, so that you're really activating your legs. But with squats, I would really recommend that you try and increase your weight and go for a little bit less reps. So I'm saying anywhere between probably, honest to God, 5 and 8 reps is going to be a sweet spot, especially if you're holding it for that 1 second pause in the bottom. Because when you do heavier weight on squats, not only are you going to activate a bunch of other muscles in your body, but you're really going to increase your strength and your size in your legs. That includes, like I said, like your glutes, your hamstrings, your quads, because you're going a heavier weight. And with my recommendation as well is if you're going to do squats, you should do them at the beginning so that you have more energy. You feel better. You're going to fucking kill yourself doing squats at a heavier weight, yes. But I think you really have to go heavy on that movement primarily, and then you can go a little bit lighter or a little bit more reps on some of the other movements or exercises. From there, one more thing I would say within the realm of like squatting and the overall leg workout is I think most people, if I'm being 100% honest, don't really train legs at the right intensity. So it kind of leads into that. So you're doing now you're doing the right exercises. You kind of have the general rep range and you're going heavier on squats at the beginning. Now it comes down to like the amount of the amount of sets you're doing and intensity. So within the idea of sets, it's pretty straightforward. I would say if you're training legs, you probably should do between 9 and 12 sets total. So whether that's 3 sets of squats, 3 sets of this, whatever, I would keep between 9 and 12. You don't want to be doing 15, 20, 25 sets for your legs, because if you're doing that many sets, you're not going to be doing high enough weight and you're going to be like gassing your shit out. And I can guarantee you that for the back half or the front half, depending on how you do it, you're not going to be putting in 100% effort. If you're doing you're going crazy in the beginning, the back half, you're going to be burned the fuck out. You're not going to have the energy. Your mind's going to be taxed. Your central nervous system's going to be taxed. And you're going to have 10 more sets to go and you're going to half-ass it. Or you're going to do it in reverse and you're going to be like, well, fuck, I got to do 20 sets of legs. So these first 10 sets, these squats and some other shit, like I'm going to push myself kind of, but I'm going to save myself towards the end of the workout so I still have energy. So either way, you're kind of shortchanging yourself. So you want to limit those amount of like actual sets. And if you don't know what a set is, you can Google it. I swear it'll be there. So the other thing I would say within this whole idea of sets and effort or overall like focus, when you're training legs, most people don't go into the gym with the right mentality. People are going in there and they're half-assing it. They're not pushing themselves 100% because it's hard. Because at the end of the day, training legs is supposed to be hard. There's a reason why, if you really pay attention, if you really give a fuck, you'll notice there's a lot of dudes out there who are big fucking guys, but when you look down at their legs, usually they're wearing sweatpants or track pants or joggers or some shit. And not all of them, because sometimes they have bigger legs too. But the vast majority are going to have small chickeny legs because training legs sucks and it's not something that's fun. But if you're somebody who actually wants to grow your legs, you're going to have to go in and hit the gym, hit the weights with some crazy high intensity. And it's going to have to be super focused. And it's going to hurt. It's going to suck. You're going to tax the shit out of yourself. I can confidently tell you that if you go in, you increase the weight on squats, you're actually doing that 1 second. And if you want to make it even harder, do a 2 second pause at the bottom. Find out a lot about yourself, because I'm going to tell you, you do 2, 3, 4 sets like that of heavy squats, like I said, between 5 and 8 reps. You're going to get to that last set and you're going to find out what a fucking leg workout actually is. And you're going to find something out about yourself, because you're going to be like, okay, I'm going to do 6 reps at this weight, last set for squats, my 4th set. And you're going to come to that, you're going to do, you said 6 reps. You're going to come to that 5th rep. You're going to kind of get it up and you're going to go to do 6. You're going to get down there. You're going to be coming back up and your brain's going to go, no, fuck this. Like, I don't want to do this. Like, I'm done. And you have 2 choices. Either you can fall on your ass or you can push yourself through. And I'm not going to say that if you fall on your ass that you didn't have a good leg workout, because that's fucking stupid. But what I can tell you is if you push yourself through, you're going to feel like fucking death, because you have now defied your legs wanting to quit and you have made your mind push your shit up literally to being able to finish that last rep. So that's the type of intensity I'm talking about. That's the type of focus I'm talking about, where like your legs are like, nah, I don't want to do this anymore. Like, I'm good. I'm done. Like, we're tapping out. It's over. But you're going to push through it mentally and be able to do the last couple of reps, or be able to finish the amount of reps you said you were going to do in that set, whatever it may be. So if you're doing the right exercises, if you have the right set, rep, and like overall like quality of exercise when you're doing it, you're focusing on squeezing for the contraction, pausing, going slow, you know, like doing things the right way, and then you're coming at it with the right intensity, I can confidently tell you that your legs are going to grow. And it's not going to happen overnight. And this is the part that I think a lot of people don't understand, is that training legs is just like training any other body part. But the problem is with legs, there's so much more muscle mass down there that it's going to take even more time to fully develop them and actually have them grow. It's one of those things, when I first started, I tried doing like, 2 times a week training legs, didn't work. I was overtraining them. I tried doing like 20 sets for legs in one workout, didn't work. I was overtraining them. Then as soon as I started simplifying it, doing basic compound movements for training my legs, as soon as I started realizing that I needed to go heavier, I needed to focus on squeezing the muscle, the mind-muscle connection, that was the point in time where my legs started growing. And it's the same thing for girls when you're training your legs or training your butt. It's the same thing. You have to do some of these similar foundational movements, because when you're doing all this random shit you see on Instagram or Facebook or wherever else, your legs aren't going to grow, your booty's not going to grow, and the Instagram person now has one more follower who's going to follow their workouts and is doing some random shit that's not actually going to work. So I would really say, if you need to watch this again, because it's a pretty short video, I believe, I would rewatch it. The reason being is that it's going to have the key points. I do believe with like gym topics like this, there are definitely questions that people might have, or like other things people might want to like add in or ask, like I said, questions about. You can feel free, whether you want to put it in the comments or you want to ask me live. I do these live videos Mondays, Wednesdays, and Saturdays at like 7:30. Usually today was a little bit later, but it is what it is. The whole thing is I don't have to just answer questions about this. I can answer questions about whatever you want to ask me about, but I really feel like when it comes to training legs and working out in the gym, there's definitely ways to do things better and more optimally than the ways a lot of people do them. Because like I said, if you look around the gym, you're going to see most people, most guys, women, everybody, don't have a nice butt, don't have nice legs. And I can confidently tell you, I genetically don't have nice legs, but I had to figure this out over years and years of going to the gym and being frustrated that I didn't have the legs I wanted to have. And so I was able to figure it out. And then, over the course of 2-3 years, they went from to like, oh, fuck, like the legs are one of my best body parts. And one more like little tidbit in this thing. I can confidently tell you, someone comes to train legs with me, unless you're fucking Matt Mitchell, the guy I've interviewed before, or somebody like him, people don't like training legs with me ever again. And usually they don't train legs with me ever again because of the fact that it fucking sucks. It's not fun. It's not easy. So I'm going to tell you that right now. So if it's what you want, then you're going to have to like kill yourself for it a little bit. There's times where after a workout, I literally feel like I'm going to fucking go die and I take a nap because I feel so shitty. But that's what you got to do if you want to have that progress within this specific little realm. I mean, you can apply it to training all your body parts, but specifically legs is going to be even worse. So if anybody does have any live questions, feel free to ask at this point in time. So if you are watching on YouTube, thank you guys for watching. I do greatly appreciate it. The whole goal of this channel, if you've watched the new intro video for the Greater Than movement, is to help 100 million people, whether it's in small ways like brightening somebody's day, or large ways like completely changing somebody's life, or changing a kid's career path or life path, whatever it may be, or just helping someone in the middle, improving their relationships with their family, friends, significant other, kids, whatever it is. That is the name of the game. That is the goal, is to help 100 million people as quick as possible. So what I would greatly appreciate is if you do feel like this video has helped you in any way, or if you feel like in the future you try it out and it helps you and your legs grow or you get stronger, I would ask you to share it, because the best way for more people to get the content is going to be through sharing. I did have one person ask me, like, why are you doing fitness videos then? And the reason being is that fitness is something that drastically improved my life. Once I started getting into the gym, getting healthier, feeling better, looking better, my confidence my confidence increased. I felt better about myself. My overall quality of life changed. My relationships changed. Everything in my life changed. So fitness is a big thing that I think people have to get into, whether it's working out in the gym, lifting weights, running, I don't know, kayaking. I don't care what you do, hiking, but just being active and being fit, feeling better, looking better, and also, having longevity for your family, kids, and, all that shit as well. So this is what I got. So if anybody who wants to ask questions again, feel free to do so. I do greatly appreciate it. I don't ever want to ask people to like or subscribe. If you want to do that, it's awesome. I greatly appreciate that support as well, but sharing it's going to be the best way for more people to get exposed to this movement and to this idea. of being greater than today than you were yesterday, and then for yourself being greater tomorrow than you were today. So again, that's what I got, guys. Stay healthy, stay safe. I'll talk to you guys real soon. Bye.